It doesn't take a transaction business event and turn it into an in and an out in the flow manner that you have in accounting. It simply maintains a single business event, single transaction is posted to most often a single balance, maybe a few different balances, but not consistently a debit-credit view of the world. So that makes a problem when these transactions, the subledgers can't be used for our accounting reporting, for our internal
actions to the new department. If we're doing transaction-based processing, well, okay, then there's an alternative we could do. We can pause for a moment because we're going down a steep hill and we're kind of concerned about crashing. Maybe we'll pause this for just a minute and pick up just a moment more. Use the finance data. But as soon as they began looking at it and trying to use it, they found that it was completely inadequate for producing. I'm camping in Texas in July, and you can tell I'm growing a little bit of a beard. I thought it might be the source system values that might designate a different customer product, customer type, those kinds of transactions. Those are the conversations with Kips. Today I'm in Santa Cruz, California. Hi, welcome to this episode of Conversations with Kip. I'm here with my good friend Ahmed Treehawk. Much more structured quantitative data was created from the 1950s through the 1980s. Hello, friends. I'm here with my co-worker and good friend, Mauricio Sugihura, who is okay. So does all of this kind of seem crazy that I'm talking about in these last few episodes? I mean,
and of course then we found quickly that it was really the data that fed it that was the problem, and so the graphical portion of it really.
We have them. They consume a great deal of time in our processes when we do have this. So those are some of the things that go on here. The other thing that happens is that on the transaction sorter, I'm having a mail truck stop here as I'm recording on the U.S. mail post office thing. So we'll see what happens here as we go through this. The other thing that happens on our encoding is that sometimes our transactions get recorded through. The other thing that's applicable here for this part of the process is that sometimes our transactions get recorded in different data supply chains. We don't record on the originating transaction all of the attributes, what the debit and credit chart of account posting will be for those. That process goes on later on. So this process of updating those also creates this kind of an encoding process that happens and takes time away from our transmission and use of those records, and we end up with rejects, just like in the sorter reader.
Hang on to it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be hitting
That's fine. So just like on the sorter reader, it takes like the encoding process. I think I'll pause here as my friend the mailman finishes his job for the day.